The opposition, as well as all third parties and independent candidates, was walloped at the polls on Wednesday by the People's United Party. In hindsight, this bold prediction, initially made on nomination day by party leader Shine Barrow, will likely go down in history as egg on his face. What is your confidence on the ground in terms of the municipal slates you have across all 9 cities and towns?
I want the Belizean people to see with all humility. This is my projection. Nine municipalities, and it is not far-fetched. There was a time where the United Democratic Party administered all 9 municipalities, and no municipality is out of reach.
Despite its best efforts, the United Democratic Party was trounced in Belize City, one of the most hotly contested municipalities in the country. By the time the ballots were being counted, halfway through the process, the P.U.P had already claimed victory over the old capital.
I always have to say thank you to the people of Belize City. And I also have to thank God. Right? He has been the person behind me. I have to thank my family. I have to thank all the people of Belize City. But clearly, some of the indicators essentially are really significant. From some of the key polling areas, constituencies of Lake Eye, Pickstock, Freetown, Caribbean Shores. And clearly those numbers that we are seeing and are being forwarded to myself, we are looking pretty good.
A total of 452,073 ballots were cast during yesterday's elections in Belize City. Of that amount, roughly 63% of votes were in favor of the ruling People's United Party. For the U.D.P, things got off to a slow start and ended in much the same way.
If you notice, I think thus far when I check, about 320 of our pledges have casted their vote. Each standard bearer is responsible for their constituency and for bringing out the vote. We collaborate with them in terms of when people approach us, we pass it on to the standard bearers. So each standard bearer has their machinery set up.
It's the same approach that was employed by the P.U.P area representatives. In Freetown, Francis Fonseca was able to secure 76% of the 20,805 votes. In contrast, the U.D.P only had 4,207 votes, or roughly 20% of that total.
So we have a very experienced team in Freetown, and so we have a very clear plan. So today has been all about executing that plan. We've been campaigning with the team, with Mayor Wagner and the City Council team over the past few months since the start of the year. And the campaign has been very good. They've been warmly received in Freetown, both in Belama and here in Kings Park.
Taken as a whole, the turnout in Belize City, as in other municipalities, was lower than expected.
I wish it was higher. I just checked the polls and they say it's only about 9,000 out of 30,000. So that's not really good, but maybe it's a good sign as well, right? So like I said, that's where the machinery, getting your taxis, everything in place to get out the voters. I think that's gonna decide who wins the election.
I was a bit disappointed in the low voters turnout. But I walked in confidence, and I walk in confidence because I have put in the work and I've shared my vision, and it's up to the voters to decide who or what they expect for Belize City. And so I did my best, and I'll be in Nelma Mortis tomorrow, the same Nelma Mortis tomorrow.
On the other hand, despite a low voter turnout, Elud Miller was optimistic and remained so for the duration of the voting process, as well as the counting later in the evening.
I'm feeling very excited seeing our residents flow in to cast their votes. It's a really beautiful moment, right? And so we've been working very hard over the past couple of weeks, past couple of months. And so it all comes down to today, right? Today is what matters most. So I'm very excited. I'm happy.
Ultimately, returning Mayor Bernard Wagner has secured a third term in office, along with his team of 10 councillors, 5 of whom are carrying over from the previous Belize City Council. It's rare that we actually see, if perhaps not the first time, that we're seeing someone go for 3 consecutive terms in municipal office.
Man, I'm telling you, it's overwhelming for me personally, really overwhelming. When I started in 2018, I could never conceive in my own mind that that at some point in time I would be grappling with the idea of being a three-term mayor. But I believe in the will of the people, and clearly the people in Belize City have spoken resoundingly again. And so we are really excited to be able to serve the people again.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.